targets are amazing, but when will you achieve them and how? Let me guess. Transparent institutions make them so. Target is by 2030 if I am not wrong.
Absolutely correct. Almost have legal identity reduces in finance, cooperation, capacity building, all enhanced.
Great, great, but what now?
Awareness को फैलाना है, सबको ये बताना है, सोशल मीडिया यूज करो, अनजस्ट को रिड्यूस करो, टेक्नोलॉजी को रखो साथ, पीस जस्टिस की करो बात, तो समझे कुछ?
हाँ, हम समझे और हम भी करेंगे।
We promote SDG 16. We promote SDG 16.
Good morning, honored guests.
Myself, Madhuri.
And I, Tanya, today stand before you as ushers for the day. Sir, to the important topic of child labor, we thank you for your presence today here, as this shows your commitment for this critical issue. Today, together, let us explore, advocate, and solutions for the right of well-being of every child. But before we begin with the presentation, we would like to show you the newsletter for our classroom. So now let's move on to our presentation. So first of all we have this portable arch. Behold the powerful portable arch exposes the sad reality of child labor. Child exploitation. Each picture serves as a haunting of the countless childhood labor belonging to their education and childhood, forced to exploit child labor. So let's begin with the presentation for child labor.
Child labor refers to employment of children in any work that deprives them of their childhood, health, mentally, morally, harmful, and socially or physically. Next.
It keeps families poor because child cannot get the education and skills, so the child labor is harmful for them and it makes harder to break out of the poverty.
The causes of child labor, poverty, demands of cheap labor, culture and social. Thank you, everyone. So now we have another child portrait.
Very moving.
This is made by
Very
This was the poster we were talking about.
In this picture, a child portrait.
तो इस बच्चे के लिए सबने
पिंजरे के पीछे
पिछले के पीछे कैद हो गई और ये जो हाथ है वो इसको रोक रहे हैं
child exploitation?
Reporting child exploitation to authorities is critical to ensuring the safety of children. If you suspect any child is being exploited, it is important to document any observation and report your concern to appropriate authorities.
We have dedicated this 10-feet wall to SDG 16.2, and now our friends here will tell us about the objectives of SDG 16.2.
The main objective of SDG 16.2 are anti-abuse, exploitation and violence and trafficking.
Ensure the implementation of laws and policies.
Promote support of child victims.
Promote recovery of child victims.
So as we are vocational students and we study multimedia and animation, we have created a storyboard in these 6 window panels, and it describes the story about child trafficking and child labor. Child is happy with his family there celebrating his birthday. Then the child is being taken away, depicts child trafficking, and then he is made to do labor, and then he is really sad. He wants to go back and is depicting with his hands stop everything, and again he is made to work and is again really sad. But then a miracle happens, and SDG 16.2 helps him reach back his family, and he is happy again.
Very good. Very nice.
Next we have a reading corner, a cozy corner we have created to read short stories and poems about child protection. And now our 2 friends here will recite a few proverbs.
Innocent shattered, heart comes apart, tiny little souls blessed by a true light, silent screams, none can cry, in the darkness where the innocence lies.
Excellent.
Little hand soil, shadows the chain, in fields of labor no childhood waits. Dreams win by the weight, revered in a twinkle of toil and despair.
Thank you. And now we have another poster here of a child working, and what his inner self depicts that he wants to play with his friends and enjoy his childhood. This is also child exploitation, as they are made to work against their will. So now our friends here will tell us a little more about child exploitation.
Child exploitation casts a shadow the length of a lifetime. Preventing child abuse, education, awareness, support system, and security.
Thank you. And this is a devil-like structure depicting an evil person. As you can see, he has tied down the child by the hand with a strong chain, and that chain represents and symbolizes the will against which they are made to work. And now our friends here will tell us a little more about child trafficking.
Child trafficking means bad people choosing children to do work or the things that they don't want to do.
The top 3 countries where most of the drug trafficking happens, India, Thailand, and Philippines.
Child trafficking is due to various factors including poverty, lack of education, weak law enforcement, etc.
Stopping child trafficking requires a comprehensive approach that addresses the root causes and strategies legal labors.
Thank you. And now here we have a mother. She is depicting a sad mother whose child has been taken away from her to do labor, hard work against the world. She was once happy with her child, and now she, as you can see, she is really sad and she just longs for her child. And then we have these 3 panels depicting child labor. In each panel you can see they are doing different types of work, like they are selling balloons, and we have seen the traffic lights and stop sign signals, and then he is washing dishes at a restaurant, or you can say roadside dhaba. And then we have another child, they are picking up bricks for the brick factory, as you can see. please tell us a bit more about child labor.
Child labor generally effect on childhood and overall development. Working can hurt physically and mentally, sometimes even explode.
Now we request our guests to please have a seat.
I was just told they have created this wall using bit emoji. Every child is
These are AI created images of each children and they are their bodies and
about the names with names.
Wow, that's amazing.
You can go closer and you can see. So
I'm right here.
It's an excellent idea. Very nice, very nice.
Uses bartered hearts to hold, trapped in webs of deceit and food, their cries silenced as darkness unfolds. Bruised and broken, their spirits remain, innocence tarnished amidst the pain, echoes of torment like pouring rain, their suffering a haunting refrain. Tiny hands toil and strive, robbed of the joys of a carefree life, their laughter silenced by labor's knife. In the chains of toil they are bound in strife. Exploited dreams, their hopes denied, forced into roles they never chose to abide. Their innocence, like a fading tide, in shadows of exploitation they hide. But in the struggle, hope still bleeds for justice and rights in our needs. SDG 16.2, our guiding guide to end their suffering, to set things right.
While making the entire thing, and they were the team behind, like the brain behind the entire thing. That was given by my wife. Actually, the thing is, the team was quite tired. Simran was not well. She is the one who always narrated my video. Tanya was quite tired that night. So we had only one night to do the entire voice thing. So my wife went.
Let's engage with the voices of tomorrow as the students present a compelling panel discussion on one of the cases, Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway.
Good morning everyone. Today in this discussion, we are going to discuss Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway incident. To begin with the following summarization. Mrs. Chatterjee was living in a Norway lost custody by her children of Norwegian governmental authority. The case underscores the importance of understanding and respecting cultural differences in child welfare intervention, as child psychologists are emphasizing the need for cultural sensitivity in access of children for well-being and from diverse backgrounds.
From a legal standpoint, we must ensure that decisions regarding child custody and child welfare uphold international human standards, including the rights of children to maintain their cultural identity and parents to due process.
It is important to recognize that the cultural integration is a two-way process. Those countries and Norway should also take a step to foster and understand human cultural practices.
I agree on both the views. A diversity in culture actually brings together the society. And another main aspect we haven't talked about the psychological impact on both children and the parents in such cases like Mrs. Chatterjee's children may experience confusion, identity issues, and even a sense of loss.
Absolutely, students. We are The child welfare officer advocates the rights of children and look into well-being. They want finding a foster family, making these issues in consideration.
In facing the complexities, the facing of the strategies requires the comprehension and collaborative approach. As we conclude our discussion, let's commit to working together towards creating an equitable system that guarantees the well-being and rights of all children. Thank you.
Sir, now we request you to, we had envisioned a dream board to write our aspirations and hopes for the well-being and safety of children. So we request you to please write on these walls your targets or what you wish for the students, for the children suffering from the child trafficking, labor and everything.
Wonderful experience to show the showcase of what children have done, and you have used media like anything. And the storytelling is amazing, and that's a, you must know that storytelling is, especially the digital storytelling, is one of the effective way to communicate to young children or even anybody. So please use this tool to calculate all your ideas to your society. Thank you. I mean, all your paintings are amazing. And the ideas behind it, especially this painting, God bless you. This is vocational class.
मैंने देखा ही नहीं अभी नेक्स्ट वीक
Okay, so one question for all of you. So, आप भी हैं. How many, when you hear the word United Nations, which is the first UN agency that comes to your mind? Don't say UNOPC because no, it is not the first. Which UN agency comes to your mind? Honestly, United Nations के बारे में आपने सुना ही होगा. कौन सी UN एजेंसी आपके उसमें आती है? यूनेस्को, UNDP, हाँ. कोविड में कोई सुनी थी? एक एजेंसी बहुत काम कर रही है. COVID-19. WHO, World Health Organization, UNICEF. So these are different agencies doing great work. ये लोग health पे काम करते हैं, education पे काम करते हैं. The problem with UNODC sometimes is that we focus on security, crime prevention. They are very sensitive topics. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने मतलब student education के ऊपर आप कर रहे हैं, health के ऊपर कर रहे हैं. Where you will get enough material, to do your communication. So UNODC is a very sensitive sort of an agency, and also at the same time it is our mandate to look at child labor, all sorts of crime, अलग-अलग तरीके के crime होते हैं, अलग-अलग security issues हैं, जिसमें child labor आता है, human trafficking आता है. They are very sensitive topics. So we, even at UNODC, sometimes struggle कि कैसे मतलब हम बताएं, how do we raise awareness around these issues because they are very sensitive. But you have shown us a very good example in which how such sensitive topics can be shown, and not just shown, emotionally, you start thinking about these issues. For example, this sketch, which is beautiful, this artwork, extremely nice, very strong message that is conveyed, and absolutely brilliant. The documentary was absolutely professional, top notch. I have been a journalist previously. I was with Reuters. It's an international news organization. And we used to do documentaries all the time. And this was at the level, I mean, you can take this and give it to Reuters and they can just run with it. It's that level, I'm telling you. So it's absolutely top-notch, professional. The panel discussion was outstanding. The kind of thoughts that came, I was very impressed with the fact that you had a mix of people, health perspective she was giving, very, very nice, different, sorts of perspectives. Art was, of course, brilliant. Completely, I mean, the storytelling that you are doing. What I'm trying to say is that sensitive issues like this, we also, in the UN, in the governing system, we face this challenge of how do you talk about these issues? It's very easy to kid with you can use big words and get away with it. But actually to emotionally move someone, that's art and storytelling, and that's what all of you have done. So I must congratulate you and keep the secret to this room, but I found this to be the most thought-provoking so far. But also the kind of projects that we have, these, I assure you from UNODC, we are going to use these and we are going to give them that proper platform. It's not just about social media outreach, but we are going to use your material and actually promote it, have it displayed, through governments, through different forums, United Nations, and other forums. We are going to take these videos, these artwork, the kind of work that we have done to that level. It's not just about Facebook, Twitter and all. It's about actually reaching something. So I will be connecting with Charuna. I really need, I've already identified what I need. But it will also give me, these images separately, the storytelling separately. And maybe you can talk about, why you made it, how you made it, short clips. They are going to be used by other educators across India. We are working right now in 35 countries with RiseUp4Peace. It is going to go to each school, that I assure you, so that those students, those teachers can also take example of what they are doing.
They can do one thing, the newsletter which they have prepared, they can add on more pages and they can have those QR code with short videos and all these things. So that is the complete picture of
and if one of two really get to it, create very short reviews of why you did it, क्या मतलब सोच थी जब आप बना रहे थे सब, and what feedback, and what is the kind of message you want to send.
and this is going to be very nice. So congratulations to you. I found this absolutely impressive and real stuff that we can take outside. So I have written a message here for you. Don't judge me on my handwriting, but please do take inspiration.
Do you know that legal literacy plays a crucial role in achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 16.3?
Yes, absolutely. Target 16.3 aims to promote a rule of law and equal access to justice to all, and that perfectly aligns with the principles of legal literacy.
With that being said, let's meet our first group of students who will enlighten us on the meaning of legal literacy. Legal literacy is knowledge and understanding of legal rights, responsibilities, and processes.
Empowering individuals with the legal literacy enables them to navigate the legal system effectively.
Greater legal literacy leads to greater access to justice for all members of society regardless of their background or circumstances.
Advocating for legal literacy is essential for promoting social justice and upholding the rate of law and ensuring equality before the law.
In a sense, legal and literacy is a bridge between rights and responsibilities, connecting individuals for the legal rights and obligations. Thank you.
Let's welcome our insightful second round, who will tell us about the importance of legal literacy in our lives.
Legal literacy ensures every individual are aware of their legal rights and protection under the law.
It ensures individuals to advocate themselves and others by knowing the laws. People can challenge unfair practices and work towards just society.
Legal literacy strengthens the community by fostering collaboration and cooperation.
Legal literacy facilitates access to justice for all the members of the society regardless of the social economic status. Legal literacy is important for upholding the principle of democracy and rule of law when the citizens are informed about the law, they can participate more effectively. Thank you. Now, our third group of students will make us delve into a comparative analysis of legal rights and legal challenges in three diverse countries: India, Russia, and Pakistan.
We from India are proud of our diversity of people, ensuring fundamental rights to all regardless of their background.
In Russia, citizens have right to speech. They can express their opinions freely.
In Pakistan, legal rights are enshrined in our constitution. Yet, marginalized groups face obstacles in accessing justice as seen in legal cases.
Let's hear more from each country about recent examples illustrating legal rights and legal literacy issues.
On 15th of April 2014, the Supreme Court of India delivered its judgment in National Legal Service Authority Union of India, in which it recognized the rights of transgenders community and laid down a series of measures for protecting their rights by mandating the prohibition of discrimination and reservation for transgender community in education institutions and jobs.
However, the concerns about the human rights, particularly in the context of the Russian action in the Ukraine conflict, have raised the question of the adherence to the international laws.
Similarly, the recent cases of forced conversion of minorities of the Pakistan underscore the need for legal reform to protect religious and minority rights.
In spite of these efforts, legal literacy initiatives are still facing political challenges in respective countries. Let's look at each country the challenges they are facing.
Challenges persist, such as the backlog of court cases and issues related to privacy rights and in digital age in India.
Russia, recent protests and arrest of opposition figures highlight challenges to freedom of speech and assembly, raising concerns about civil rights.
Indeed, in Russia, corruption and lack of transparency in the legal system and undermine public trust and hinder progress towards a fair and just society.
Furthermore, cultural and societal barriers perpetuate the legal ignorance, particularly among the marginalized communities, exacerbating the inequality before the law.
Despite these challenges, legal literacy initiatives are making strides in their countries to empower literacy. Let's look how each country is addressing literacy.
In India, legal literacy programs like XII engage communities in understanding their legal rights, particularly in rural areas.
Russia's legal clinic provides free legal aid to marginalized communities, promote awareness and access to justice.
Aim to educate their citizens about their legal rights, especially among women and minors.
As we conclude, it is evident that while each country faces its own legal rights and legal challenges, there is a shared commitment among students to advocate for a more just and equitable society.
Let's work together. A future where legal rights are upheld and legal literacy empowers all the citizens to seek justice and equality. Thank you.
The potential of nations lies in the hands of its youth. Kindly allow me to introduce our Legal Youth Awareness Club, who will show us just how aware they are about their legal rights by a short fun quiz.
I am the voice of the people in every election. With ballots and ballots, I help making selection. Can you guess what I am?
I know the answer. The answer is vote.
I am aware that I can start voting at the age of 18.
I am something you see to learn and grow. In classrooms and libraries, I help you to know. Can you tell me what am I?
May I answer this?
Yes, ma'am.
The answer is education. I have the right to education. That is, the state should set up enough institutions so that education is available for all that is I want. I am the century where you can be alone, away from praying eyes. I protect what's your own. Can you guess what am I?
I know the answer. The answer is privacy. I have right to privacy, which means no one can interfere in your private life or in your activities.
I am the knowledge that flows unrestricted and free in books and on screens. I help you to see. What am I? Can anyone answer this?
I have the right to information where I have the right to seek, impart and receive information.
Our last question. I am the power of words spoken loud and clear, in depth and discussion. I help you to share. What am I?
Sure. The answer is speech. It means that I can express my views and opinions freely.
Thank you. Now, to consider presentation, let's welcome our talented group of students who will give a poetic tribute to legal literacy.
Knowledge empowers, lights away, legal literacy, a guide each day.
Freedom song in our voices place. Legal literacy, our voices place.
Education's door open wide. Legal knowledge by our side.
Transparency shines, truth reveals. Legal rights, society feels. Privacy shield, fortress strong, legal protection where we walk. In unity we stand, our pledge is clear, legal literacy forever dear.
With knowledge as a guide, we will pave the way for a world where justice reigns from one man.
Thank you. Now, I would like to request everyone to please stand up and join me for the pledge. As a young person, I recognize that my actions matter in building the future we want. In this spirit, I pledge to promote peace, justice, fairness, and strong institutions in my school and beyond. I will strive to promote equality and discrimination, counter corruption, uphold human rights, and foster a culture of lawfulness. I commit to act with integrity, rise up for peace, and the rule of law with education.
Thank God. Myself, Selvi. We are delighted to have you here as we believe that together we can make a positive change.
So Sejal, do you know what corruption is?
Yes, I know that corruption is a dishonest behavior where people use their power for their personal gain.
Let's delve deeper into corruption with Mandir and Amit and know more about it.
It occurs when an interested entity abuses their position of power for their own benefit. Corruption can come in many forms, including bribes, governing, and fraud by individual businesses and governments.
Now let us know about fair trade between US and India and heed the words of Anuradha Mittal that fair trade is not about charity, it's about justice and sustainability.
Fair trade is referred to the partnership of the partnership equality, transparency. Refers to the partnership of equality, transparency and sustainability. It aims to ensure that producers like India receive its fair price of their product.
And traded ethically, and when it comes to India or USA, they have significant trade relations.
They engage in the exchange of various textile machineries and items.
Fair trade practice help to ensure that this trade is conducted in a fair and equitable manner, benefiting both countries.
Now, Prerna and Amrit will shed a light on Anti-Corruption Day, reminding us the words of Nelson Mandela. We must use time wisely and forever. Realize that time is right to do right.
Anti-Corruption Day is observed annually on December 9. We celebrate it to raise awareness about the detrimental impact of corruption and rise to promote the anti-corruption efforts worldwide.
The day aims to create the importance of transparency, accountability in both public and private sectors.
Now in the Jeep will show us some e-posters made by our fellow classmates.
These QR are helpful to access or view the e-poster made by our students on corruption. Let me show you.
Now my friends Rishti, Gagan, Shreya and Nandika will tell us about what Dr. Manmohan Singh helped in reducing corruption in our own country.
On July 24, 1991, Manmohan Singh came up with an economic reform in which he presented a budget that transformed India's economic landscape. These reforms broke away from the heroin socialist policy that had dominated India until then.
Manmohan referred this method, these barriers opening up to economic to private entrepreneurship, opinion to global trade.
In 2005, RiseUp was also passed which empowers citizens while granting them to self-giving information while they are enhancing transparency and combating corruption. It is also advocated for additional corruption in case and such as local and local act, needed amendment in public service limited.
The best way to expose a lie is to shed light on it. And same did a US research investment company, Hindenburg, who exposed India's well-known business personality, Gautam Adani, and made a case study on it. Let us know more about it.
Hindenburg Research, a short seller firm, published a report in January 2023 alleging that the Adani Group, a large Indian conglomerate, was engaged in accounting fraud, stock manipulation and money laundering.
The report caused a significant drop in stock prices of Adani Group companies. The Adani Group has declined all these allegations. Indian securities, CBI and US authorities are also investigating the matter of bribery which is against the Adani Group. Thank you.
That was a really unexpected news. Now my friends will tell us how Canada's Prime Minister Trudeau helped to reduce corruption in their country.
Mr. Trudeau implemented the several specific measures to combat corruption, such as strengthen the Conflicts of Interest Act, which set the guidelines of public office holder to conflict interest and transparency in decision making.
Mr. Trudeau has introduced local protection for a whistleblower for government organization.
Mr. Trudeau has provided additional resources such as RAM and Office of Commissioner of Lobbying to enhance their ability to prosecute corruption cases.
Now my friends are going to present a poem on anti-corruption.
In shadows, where Trudeau's hide, corruption lurks with silent stride, investors in the hearts of man, a poison that infects again. Yet still amid the darkest night, there flickers for the brimming light. Heart aflame with justice fire, used to yell to corruption's smile. So let us stand both strong and true for to keep his pendulum through. For degree and too long we fight, the dawn of justice shall shine bright. Thank you.
Now my fellow classmates are going to present a Nukkad Natak on anti-corruption.
Jago jagao desh bachao. Jago jagao desh bachao. Jago jagao desh bachao. Jago jagao desh bachao. आज ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਤੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਦਾ ਅਸਲੀ ਚਿਹਰਾ ਦਿਖਾਉਣ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ।
राजनीति होवे या एडमिशन सारी जगह है करप्शन।
करप्शन ने साडे देश के समाज ਨੂੰ खोखਲਾ कर ਦਿੱਤਾ है।
जागो जगाओ देश बचाओ। जागो जगाओ देश बचाओ। जागो जगाओ देश बचाओ।
पहला गड्डी ले के हेलमेट इधर जरा तो है नहीं जनाब तो हेलमेट है नहीं क्या टेंशन मत ले चिकन नहीं आता है
जनाब कुछ ले लेके
जनाब ने मोटा करना
ले लेके हां क्या कर सही
ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਮੁਲਾਜ਼ਮ ਵੀ ਰਿਸ਼ਵਤ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਪੇਟ ਭਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਜਾਗੋ ਜਗਾਓ ਦੇਸ਼ ਬਚਾਓ। ਜਾਗੋ ਜਗਾਓ ਦੇਸ਼ ਬਚਾਓ। ਜਾਗੋ ਦੇਸ਼ ਬਚਾਓ। ਮੰਤਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ
दोस्तों इस बार मैंने वोट पाओ कि अपना है मैं लड़ रहा हूँ
ਮੰਤਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਿਛਲੇ 5 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਵੋਟ ਪਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੇਖਿਆ।
कोई ना एनकी वोट पाओ असं सारे काम करके दिखावांगे करप्शन खत्म करके दिखावांगे।
दोस्तों भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़न ਲਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਵੇਗਾ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇਤਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਟਾਪ
I recognize that my actions matter in building the future we want. In this spirit I pledge to
I pledge to promote
peace,
peace,
justice, fairness and strong institutions in my school
in my school
and beyond.
and beyond.
I will strive to promote equality and discrimination, counter corruption, uphold human rights, and foster a culture of lawfulness. I commit to act with integrity and rise up for peace and the rule of law in education.
One was the way you spoke, very good public speaking skills, and this is very important. The other good thing is the group work that you have done, so we बहुत जरूरी होता है. And I found this to be a very, very nice and informative session for us. The only thing is, one thing you should remember is that corruption is about money, but it's also about power, abuse of power. So वो भी corruption होता है, तो आपने वो निकाला as a leader. तो उसके बारे में मतलब it's a very good thing. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, one and all present here. I, Swani, and I, Harshita from Breakfast Congregation, welcome you to the house which focus on target, peace of mind, reduce violence everywhere. Domestic violence casts dark shadow on the lives of individuals and ripples through our society, leaving the scars that go beyond our lives. In violence, we forget who we are. Let's see how these young boys and girls are going to depict different types of violence.
Sexual domestic violence is a violation of trust and causes physical or emotional harm to the victim.
Physical domestic violence is abuse where physical force is used to harm or injury.
Emotional domestic violence can leave lasting scars on a individual impacting their self-mental well-being.
Financial abuse in domestic violence involves controlling finances and limiting self-control.
Forced marriage is a violation of human rights, the freedom to choose a partner and leading to profound emotional and psychological trauma. Stopping for harassment in domestic violence involves habitual uncontrolled behavior that fears victims' sense of safety and putting them in dangerous situations. Greed, anger, and violence can never build a city. Now let's move to some preventive measures that can be opted to prevent violence. Domestic violence does not see gender. A toxic and insecure partner will exert violence irrespective of the gender they belong to. There are some ways in which domestic violence can be prevented. Educational training can help you learn how to stop domestic violence and teach you about the rights of women. Thanks.
All major initiatives about love, peace, and faithfulness in and around your home to stop domestic violence.
Psychologists tell us that has a strong influence on both young people and adults. If your priest talks about some domestic violence, then you are happy seeing such adopting.
If you are a person experiencing
experience in any form of violence at home that you may consider relevant for passions for help, legal, psychological, or any other form of advice. Settling all problems between partners internally can be idle, but sometimes to prevent domestic violence, it may be necessary to talk to family members, friends, relatives, and others.
Tolerance can be on the best domestic violence preventing strategy. When there is a tolerance, when there is in our home. If you support domestic violence at any time, when you may want to stop domestic violence, you can achieve this by joining a group that provides help for you.
Managing home with a spouse and can be difficult task. You may also need to come up with set of rules and routines for your family members to follow.
Sometimes a relationship or any marriage is not working out. If you have tried in any other way and found out you are not compatible with each other, it is more dignified to exit the relationship altogether. Thank you.
Don't let the behaviors of others destroy your inner peace. After coming out from violence, let us move to a safe school. That is one in which students, staff, and teachers work together to ensure that everyone feels safe.
Basically, school focus on environment where students feel safe to learn and grow without fear. Evaluation programs in schools help the students to feel resolve their disabilities. Creating culture of respect and empathy, students to perform the harmony and mutual.
Providing mental health support and looking for emotional and social support and
Strict policy for bullying and harassment and the clear message violence not be prohibited. Empowering the student to become more active, encourage them to speak up. Security measures such as emergency camera response protocols help to prevent violence incidents.
building strong and relationship between student and teacher made a sense of purpose.
Target 16.1 aims to reduce all forms of domestic violence and reduce the explosion.
Target 16.1 seeks to promote rules of law at national and international level, ensuring equal social justice for all. Target 16.1 emphasizes the importance of effective governance and institutions in achieving national security. By promoting equal opportunities in society, this target contributes to sustainable development and well-being of communities worldwide.
Our family truly involved in achieving target 16.1 reduce violence. Let's see our family plan.
Obviously, I am not with the chance to flex my thinking, so everyone must clap at me. 1, 2, 3, 4.